Hello again. Thanks for checking out Ignition Sabers. Just wanted to show off this new creation. This was a collaboration between myself with the Mercury and the install and everybody's favorite scrap weather guy, Joss Rose of Sirius Sabers. This client wanted a specific look for this saber. He contacted me to purchase the saber and to install the saber and wanted to know if I could send this to Joss to have him do his signature and fantastic weathering and kind of customization on it. He did, and obviously, as you can see, he did a wonderful job. Joss is an amazing artist, and he's actually, I'm lucky enough to have several things that he's worked on, and anybody would be lucky to have him do some work for them. So if you like the look of this saber, please contact Joss Rose at Sirius Sabers. He's on Facebook, he's on Instagram. You can find him probably various other places on the internet that I don't go because I'm old and don't really understand what Reddit is. Anyway, this is a Mercury Saber that is sort of Coda-ish. This thing is fairly heavily weathered without kind of damage. It just looks like it's been on a Jedi's belt for a long time. They've been through some battles and stuff, but not really damaged, just kind of dirty, maybe needs some cleaning, which is sort of Joss's forte. He can do really great, accurate looking weathering, and he weathers the leather grip, he weathers the shrouds and the aluminum parts in here. He's done all sorts of things. So as you can see, this is a very highly customized saber. Joss has turned the emitter shroud around. He has included a little box on the top that I believe is from one of the Gary Morris mining colony hilts. He did his wonderful muslin Coda sort of wrap on there. He did a great leather wrap with some weathering on there. It looks fantastic. And he actually put a D-ring on the pommel. This looks really cool. And he just drilled a little hole through there and mounted the D-ring. I think this is a standard kind of Graflex 2.0 D-ring, and it looks fantastic on here. So if you're looking for a way to put this on your belt, this is a great method. Obviously, D-rings look great. I am a fan of those more so than I am CoverTechs. I just prefer the look of the D-ring itself. Let's take a look at this on the inside because it also has something special in here. This saber has one of the LED chambers that Mercury owner Manabu, I cannot remember how to pronounce his name, his last name. It's on the Ignition Sabers website if you want to go look it up. Manabu is in Japan. He designed this LED chamber. What happened was I have a crystal chamber designed for the Mercury because the first initial run, the grip length was 10.5 inches. And I designed the crystal chamber to fit inside that grip length. At some point, I decided to shorten the grip to make the proportions, I think, a little bit better. And I realized, unfortunately, that my crystal chamber no longer fit inside the grip if I used a 9-inch grip. So I just didn't have a crystal chamber for a while. And Manabu ordered a Mercury, and I shipped it to him. And he asked if it would be okay if he designed a LED chamber, something in there that he could get kind of a blinky in, a light in, because he really liked crystal chambers, but there wasn't enough room for my standard crystal chamber. So I said, man, knock yourself out, do it. He designed it. He did a fantastic job. I did a little bit of weathering on this one. This is polished brass. And then after he had them printed and tested and everything worked great, he sent me the files and he said, I want these to be free for anybody who owns a Mercury and wants to print one. And I thought, man, that is really nice. He was a super generous. It was a super generous thing to do. And so he sent me the files. And I have them on my website, the Ignition Sabers website, to download. And a lot of people were asking me if I could just print them for them. So I've also put them on the Ignition Sabers Shapeways page. And what I've done is I've put them on there with 0 markup. So whatever you would pay is exactly what it would cost me to get them printed. So I can have one printed and sell it to you, and it's at cost. It doesn't. I'm not making any profit off of it. That was the deal that Manabu wanted. Is he said he wanted it to be free of cost for like the file or anything. He didn't want anybody to pay a markup on it. So I've got that on there, and you can get that from Shapeways, or you can download the files from my website directly. The other thing this is featuring is I have jumped on the bandwagon of doing some little battery wraps. This is kind of my version. I guess I can pull this out, show it to you a little bit. It's got some sort of hex mesh sort of look for kind of venting for the power cell. It's got sort of an indicator of the power cell. The Arabesh here says Ignition Saber Company, and on this side it says caution. So it's kind of a cool little battery cover. I've also designed this because occasionally I design lightsabers with 18350 batteries. I have also designed this wrap where you can trim it right about there, all the way around, and you maintain all of this graphic, all of these, this little hex mesh pattern, and you can make it fit an 18350 battery. So I have printed some of these off. I will eventually add these battery wraps to my website. They're going to be pretty cheap. I mean, they didn't cost much to have made. So I just do it. I made some for my installs, and I had some extras printed because they were so cheap. I thought I would put some on the site. They'll probably be like $5 or something like that. They're not much to have made, and I think they really make the Saber look a little more realistic. So let's put this back on here. See how loud this guy is. As you all know, the resonance chamber in a Mercury is designed for maximum volume. This, like I said, is a CFX, and we can see what we got here.
Sound bank selection.
Of course, all Mercury Sabers come with Blue Force Company's Ignition sound font and my custom Death and Darkness Sith style sound font, also from Blue Force Company. They come complimentary with every installed Mercury. And if you are a Mercury owner that buys an empty, you can contact me, and I actually have a download that you can get those and put them on your Saber yourself. Very nice of Blue Force Company to offer that up for us. Ignition Saber's blade plug. Let's go ahead and take that out. Put a little test blade in there so you can kind of see what this looks like. Of course, the green is washing out on screen, but you can see the Jedi green here at the bottom. We've also got
Sound bank selection.
Death and Darkness. Just in case this Jedi goes bad, turn to the dark side. The rest of the sound fonts on there are the factory CFX fonts. I wanted to thank my customer for this. He's been patient. This has been a busy holiday season for me. Joss did his part very, very quickly. I'm very thankful for that. This is a good customer of mine. I've done some other work for them before, some custom work. I think this is their first Mercury, and I really hope they enjoy it. Again, if you would like a Mercury Saber built for you, please contact me via Facebook or Instagram or my website. I'd be happy to talk to you about your ideas. I do acid etching, I do weathering, leather wrapping, baseball stitching, all kinds of things like that. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And thanks again for checking out Ignition Sabers. Take care.
Pass on what you have learned.